Recently crossed something off my bucket list, and when I tell you my inner child was thrilled, she was geek. I've always wanted to know how to sew, and I wish I could have taken home ec back in my grade school days, but it just never worked out. So when I found out that our local library system offered free classes, I mean hundreds of them, and one of those happened to be sewing, baby, I signed up quick. This is an intro to sewing class where we get familiar with the sewing machine and some of the basics, and it was so much fun. We practiced on pieces of paper without thread just to kind of get a feel for the machine, how to use the pedal, how to, turn corners and things like that. And it was so much fun. These are our results from practice. This is our little sewing toolkit. And then we had to thread the machine. And that was probably the most technical thing about the class because everything else came relatively easy. I thought I was going to be intimidated by sewing, but it wasn't that bad. But baby, trying to thread this machine, that's not something I want to sign up for. So I was making sure that as I was doing everything else, that thread did not come back out because I did not want the headache of having to rethread the machine. There are two ways to thread the needle. The first way is like the original, if you hand sew and stick the thread through the needle hole. The second way is a little bit more challenging, and that's what we had to do because I could not get that little piece of thread through that hole. Once we got that all figured out, we got to practice on actual pieces of fabric, which was so much fun. And then we got to make a little pouch. Each side had like a little folded hem that we had to sew, and I completely messed up the first side because I didn't actually make a hem. I was just putting stitches in the fabric. So once each hem was completed, we then stitched both sides together to make an actual pouch. I cut the edges off so that they wouldn't fray, and look at my cute little pouch, y'all.
I'm talking about
money back, money back.
We had a great time. I've already signed up for my next class, and y'all, you will never guess what it is.